This is Life with Shauna, and thank you for joining. Um, Tonight I just wanted to come real quickly and just talk a little bit about what I've been seeing today. You know, with all of the shutdowns and everything that's going on with the government and that kind of stuff. And the one thing that I keep hearing over and over and over and over again is about people that receive food stamps, and they're not going to be receiving food stamps. And I don't want to talk about it as if I'm above and beyond. I have and received food stamps before, and they have been a great benefit to me. Um, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about um there are people that go and they fight. Hey Emmanuel, I'm doing pretty good today. How about yourself? I don't hear a lot of people talking about the people that went and fought for our country. Um and did all of that they did, and they're not receiving their benefits, their money. Um And no, not that one needs it more than the other. And I'm just saying, the way that I'm hearing it out in the streets, it's like everything is all about the food stamps. And I know what it's like to raise a whole lot of kids, and you actually need them even though you're working, your husband is working, and all of this stuff. But I haven't been hearing a lot of things about the military not receiving their money and everything. Although I did, one thing that I did hear is somebody donated $130 million, which is a fabulous thing. But cool. One of the other things that I wanted to talk about, like if you one of those people and you think you may be coming upon a struggle, these are some things that maybe you can get with other people and talk about, because there's more than one way to skin a cat is what we used to say back in the days. You may have to cut back on some things. Thank you, Isabella. Tenfold back to you. Um, you may have to switch up some things, do things a little bit different. Hey, love and life, do things a little bit different. There are different ways of doing things. There's different ways of getting the same meal that you've been getting, but using something different to make it happen. Say, for instance, like chicken wings is like one of my favorite pieces of chicken, right? But we all know chicken wings is one of um the most expensive piece of chicken that's pretty much out there. Bald is beautiful. Absolutely, Martin Springer. Thank you very much. Chicken wings are one of the most expensive things that you can buy out there. And wait, you like chicken wings? Yes, Nick. You don't like chicken wings? Thank you, Dakota. Um, and I shop at the butchers, right? So for me to go to the butchers, chicken wings are, and especially if you're buying them by the case, right? Okay, Tim, right? Chicken wings, gotta love them. I don't know anybody who don't. um, Drums are the flat. Ooh, unusual. That flat part is bam. That's my favorite part, the flat part of the wing, right? Um, Yes, Tim, I've tried the Hooters breading and it is great. But me too myself, I make a good breading my own self. Next you will say you like Kool-Aid. Yes, Nick, I like Kool-Aid, especially um the grape one and the lemonade mixed together. all day. All day with a good glass of ice. Absolutely. Yes, fire. I like every chicken wing. They're so good. Yes. Okay. So let's say that because chicken wings is like my favorite. If I go to the butcher and I get a case of wings, the case of wings is somewhere like between $85 and $115 according to what time of the season it is, right? Um, other than that, see, I don't have to go to the butcher and get no chicken because I raise my own chickens right out here in my yard. So push come to shove, um, and things start going south, I still have things and in my yard that I can fall back on, which is why I encourage people all the time to grow your own food and raise your own. Yeah, Joey, I got pigs in my yard, but I know you ain't trying to call me no pig. Go ahead and put it in the chat. What you trying to say? See, cause tonight I'm kind of like stuck in the middle that you know, open your mouth and say, um, give it to me. Now, Mac, you sound like a little bitty kid because I know there is like no grown man that would be saying that to somebody who's ever had anything like that in their life before. So you got to be one, you got to be like 12 years old. And since you're like maybe 12 years old saying something like that, we going to go ahead and get rid of you because well, I know ain't no real man that done had some before would not be saying nothing like that. That's crazy. But anyways, you only have pets. Okay. Well, I'm just giving a suggestion. Kenny, Kenneth, or whoever, you already got a name that I don't too much care for anyways, but anyways, like do we look like we in the place where we ready to be doing cartwheels? I mean, come on, grow up, please. But anyways, another option, what I'm saying, those things are $85, between 85 and $115, right? Now, it ain't too above me to go and thank you, E-Money. Sometimes we have to switch those things out. We can't always get what we want, but we can always get what we need. Now, for that same, for not that same, but for way, way less, more than half of that, you can get a case of drumsticks for like $35. So if you need to switch from, if you used to getting wings and now things are a little bit harder for you, you can switch from getting wings to getting legs, drumsticks, whatever you want to call it. Thank you again, E Money, for that flower, that floating heart. Thank you very much. You know that, yeah, I know that what you mean. Yeah. So then, there's different ways that you have to break things down and switch them up. You probably don't like spam. You might got to get to figuring out how how another way you can get them because I don't. My family is a family that does like spams. They especially love things. And while y'all sitting in the chat, name some of the cheaper meals that's easy to put together that you can maybe pass along to somebody else that may be in a hard timings in these times, that they can learn how to make and they didn't even know that it could be a meal or something, if you want to. I love drumsticks and chicken thighs. Emmanuel, they say the chicken thighs is one of like the best pieces of meat, and I used to didn't like them, but then when I discovered like that they were saying to make fried rice with the chicken thighs because it's the most moist piece, and it cooks up really good, and it's all. When I did it before, it was like I like chicken breast too, So it was closer to like chicken breast or whatever. Because I initially thought like the Chinese people was cooking with chicken breast, but I found out something different. So this is another way like we can learn from each other. But what I was going to tell you all is about spam. And I know a lot of people don't like spam. Like, thank you, Love and Life. Thank you for that blessing tenfold back to you. um it's a lot of people that don't like it. It can be salty at sometimes, but there's different things you can do with it that you don't need to add anything else. Like right now, it's getting cool right now. What I would do with a can of spam is I would take the spam and I would take it and dice it up into small dices, put a little olive oil in the bottom of the pan, fry it up with some onions and maybe some bell peppers in it. And then I would put me some petite diced tomatoes in with it and just let it cook and let it cook down just a little bit, and I will add me a can of corn to it and then cook some rice because rice make everything stretch, and then I will pour that over the top of it like a soup, and voila, you cook the spam until it like browns a little bit. Let me see what other suggestion. I love drumsticks and chicken thighs, red beans and rice. That's another one right there. You do the red beans and rice, and I see a lot of people do that, and they add ground beef to it. Um, sometimes ground beef can be kind of up there and expensive. A lot of times you get it and it be a whole bunch of fat or whatever. But I usually get mine from the meat house or whatever. But that's another thing. Meals that can, stretch in this time, and knowing that have y'all heard of the talk about how they say these grocery stores is starting to shut down? To say people are talking about looting the grocery stores and all of that stuff. And if that stuff happened, then what grocery stores are we gonna have to go to? So again, I'm gonna go right back to where we talking about growing your own food. And I'm telling you, when you say grow your own food, people look at it and think it's so hard. I'm telling you, if you got a rotten tomato that's in your house, you can take that rotten tomato and just put it in a place, maybe like where the water runs off of your house or something. That throw the tomato down on the ground. You don't have to do anything to it, and watch it grow. So you get celery, a stalk of celery from the store. You can sit the stalk of celery in water. It will regrow the roots on the bottom of it. You can stick it in the ground and regrow it. There is so many different things that you can do to start to grow things. It is not a lot of work. And um what gardening usually does is it turn into something so beautiful that you don't want to stay away from it. Some people have gardens that they grow and they growing it for financial gain, and others are growing it because there's a spiritual um thing that goes along with the garden. But I don't know if y'all have had the new honey barbecue chicken at KFC, but it's fire too. Okay, Tim, so how could we, in your opinion, if we wanted to make that kind of chicken, because money's starting to look funny now, what flavors would you say is in that chicken where we could possibly make it ourselves at home? Can you answer that for us? Like, what flavors did you taste in there that you might say you might need to add a little bit of this, this, and this, and this, and you can get the flavor and understand what it's like? Because, people might want to go out somewhere and eat right now and want to try those things, but what if you can make it your own self and try it for yourself, and then you beat that what KFC got going on? And y'all don't know, y'all be going behind those doors. I be hearing people they be talking about when they see people, y'all know they got Mama and Josh. I don't know if y'all ever seen them here on YouTube or whatever, but Mama be doing a whole bunch of stuff in the kitchen, and washing meat ain't one of the things that Mama be doing. But a lot of people be complaining about people not washing their meat and they wouldn't eat it and everything. Well, I'm here to tell you, any restaurant that you pull up to, any Publix you pull up to, a Winn-Dixie you pull up to, Kroger's, if they fry chicken inside they stores and everything, well, honey, you eating chicken that ain't never been washed before. Because Popeyes, None of the Popeyes, churches, Bojangles, none of them ain't behind the scene washing up no chicken with vinegar and none of that stuff right there and then frying up your chicken. That's just not what's happening. I done been in food service before, took food service classes and everything, and they not doing none of that. So you might come off better cook your own stuff. I made some chicken fried rice with thighs last week. Yeah, see, Emmanuel, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it is good. I like potato balls. When you say, because let me tell you something, the past couple of days I've been having like this dream. I ain't never did it before, but it was like I wanted to. I done seen it done before where and to Dakota, explain to me what a potato ball is, because I don't know if it's the same thing what I'm talking about, but I had a dream that, because I always think of be trying to think of different things to do for my kids or whatever. But I thought about, we love potatoes or whatever, but I thought about maybe taking like some potatoes and like cutting them up and like mash them, but then add like a little bit of, just a little bit of cheese in with the mixture of the potatoes, but then take them and like press them into like a shape or something like that, and then like crisp the outside of it or something like that. Is it close to like to something like that? Um, Spiff on them Boston stands up. I don't know what that means. I love chicken fried rice. Man, yes, chicken fried rice is very good. Now, I tend to, when I if I order it from somewhere or whatever, um, and I don't know about where you all are from, but it was a law passed here a while back, and I don't know if it ever changed. But and this is not like a knock, but different countries have different ways that they eat different things. And I try to be respectful to that thing. I also try to teach my kids the respect of that, because people that are not from the United States look at us and be like, y'all eat cows? So to us, to them, we're disgusting. But there's never been a time and a place that I ever wanted to experience what a rat, a mouse, or any of that it tastes like. So, being honest, anytime I go to somewhere that sell, and it also was a law, I meant to say the law that was passed was that they're allowed to have a certain amount of those things in their restaurant. And honey, what I don't ever want to do is have the experience of what no rat tastes like. So I only order vegetable fried rice. And honey, I'll get some chicken or something on the side from somewhere else. I just can't wrap my I can't wrap my mind around it. Just like we may go somewhere and they may be eating something. It's like, that ain't none of our thing over here where we from. So it's just like, mm-mm. And it's some things that we eat over here, like here in Florida, we have this thing, and I don't know if y'all ever heard about it. We have this thing called the Frog Leg Festival. Well, honey, these folks be out here tearing up the eating frogs. I told y'all I'm a high class gardener. I don't mess around with no snakes, no bugs, no worms, and definitely no frogs. And how dare somebody think I want to put one up to my mouth and it taste it? No. So, you know, yeah. Mm-mm. Like me, I'm an old plain Jane. Like, I don't even eat steak. And a lot of people have been like, well, girl, how you got so big you don't eat all this stuff? Hamburgers, hot dog, chicken. And that's about it. So, I love seeing people make the most of living off of the land. Absolutely. We picked up the other day. Um, I've been out in the garden and everything, but I haven't really been out in the garden because of I've been sick and stuff. Those who know, they know what I've been going through. But I finally said the other day, let me pull up these sweet potatoes that I had planted out here. Well, we pulled the sweet potatoes up and they were very small and little or whatever. And it's like, oh, this ain't nothing, because we normally grow regular size sweet potatoes or whatever. But for whatever reason, for me not attending to them, me not putting enough fertilizer in with them, they grow very little. Still, my little old grandbaby, she was like, well, you can still cook them. And in my mind, I was just like, bump these little bitty sweet potatoes. My little granddaughter, she was like, well, you can still cook them, Mom. And I was like, you know what, you is right. They probably come in a smaller package, but they still can be cooked. I mean, there are so many things. That's another thing. We talking about potatoes on here. Do you know you can take the peelings from your potatoes that you peel at home and put them in the ground and they will grow potatoes. I've done it before several times over. I have videos on here showing you all me harvesting my potatoes from us, just planting potatoes that we peeled after I made a pot of pan of potato salad or something like that. So it's so many different ways that you can live off your land, and even if you don't got no land, you still don't got no excuse that you can grow something. You can grow black eyed peas right on your porch. Get you a little bitty pot or something and throw something in it. I mean, there's so many things that you can do so that you ain't got to depend on anybody else. Um, I have a little garden that I grew tomatoes and bell peppers in. Emmanuel, I just finished planting me some just the other day. So, yeah. Another thing is when all else fails, make sure you got you plenty of rice. Rice is not hard to store. Um, and grits and oatmeal, things that keep your belly warm and full. If you eat those things right now, it probably ain't the time to be saying, like, I don't want that. You probably don't want it, but if you eat it and it's okay with you, make sure that you got you some of those things, because you could get in a position where you ain't got nothing else. You might want it at that time. Make some good fried chicken with some honey, barbecue sauce of some sort. It's hard to explain their barbecue sauce on it. It's almost like a smoky honey barbecue. Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much. And tenfold to you for blessing me. May you get it and 10 times more back. In his son Jesus' name. Good, good. They are delicious and good for you. Another thing is, I can't tell you how many times that I done mistakenly dropped um collard green seeds on the ground while I'm over here tending to these collard greens that I intentionally planted. The kids found a collard green plant over yonder and it's growing just as good as the ones that I'm being attentive to. All I'm saying is, in let me tell you this, in Dollar General has an area that has seeds, and a lot of times they are four for a dollar or something, two for a dollar, maybe the next time you go in there, get you 4 packs of seeds of some things that you may like. I'm not asking you to go and do anything fancy. Go and sprinkle them on the ground in a place that you really don't cut, and do this, that, or the other two, and you don't walk on that area, and watch. You can see them, and once you see them growing up, you may want to move them to a different spot and put them in a pot or something like that. You can dig them up. They are very transferable, but you can grow your own things. And don't say nothing about you ain't got no green thumb. You can't, cause honey, we all was born with a couple of green thumbs and all of that good stuff. You just have to Get into it. Thank you so much for that super chat, I think it is. I appreciate you so much. When I get down to it, I'm definitely going to acknowledge you again, but tenfold to you for that. May you receive it back 10 times. So when I say that, I really be meaning it. What I be wishing on you is because you blessing me. I be literally wanting you to take what it is that you just poured into me, even if it was a prayer, and multiply it by 10. And so I don't want it to be no surprise because I don't have some people that come on here and say, because I know my heart is sincere when I say it. When it comes back to you, don't be surprised that somebody just comes along. When we just gonna take this $20 as a, as a thought. Multiply it by 10. Don't be surprised that in a couple of days somebody walk up to you and just hand you $200 and you don't even know for what. That's we hacked the tenfold. Okay, good. They are delicious and good for you. I like potato pancakes. I don't know if I ever tried that before. Emmanuel, you are right. Vinegar is a good rinse for meat. Steve, that's what I do. That's what I use on my meats when I clean my meats, or like I have a lemon tree too. If I have lemons on my lemon tree at the time, I use whatever it is that I have. If I got lemons on my tree and they ready for me to use, I don't mind going out there, get one off of there and scrub my meat down with that right there. But yeah, ain't no, when you go into these other places and everything, you're not getting chicken that somebody washed. You're not. Is that an Irish thing? I know Irish boxes are. I like a loaded mashed potato ball, fried. I'm obviously Irish. I don't know Tim, but that sure sound good right there. Hey, I'm a whole vibe. Thank you for that floating heart. Tenfold to you. That sound Tim, that sound good. We gonna have to figure it out. And then when you think about it, you can get a whole well here, I know you can get a whole 10-pound bag of potatoes for like four 99. And then just think about it. You buy that bag for 4.99. You cut the skin off of it, put the skins back into the ground, and make you some more potatoes. So now you got twice as many potatoes as what you paid for. Where are you from, ma'am? I'm in Florida, Orlando, Florida. At that. Hey, good night. How are you tonight? Um, Steve, CA is strict about food safety. I know it's a lot of places, but I'm saying to you, one of the and if my memory serves me right, the reason they don't wash chicken and stuff like that is because they say it introduces more bacteria to it. If my schooling serves me right, they say it introduces more bacteria. But even though I went to school for that, um my upbringing taught me that you supposed to wash your meat, put some kind of acidic situation, whether it be vinegar or lemon juice, to clean that stuff with. Another thing, I don't see how people eat steak. I don't eat steak, but I definitely cook it for my family. And it has like this gritty stuff that's on it. So I don't see you just throw it on there and go ahead and cook it like that right there. But yeah, I just don't see how they do it, but I know that they say it introduces more bacteria to your food when you wash your meats when you wash them. Um, and I think that's just a risk that I'm willing to take. And so far, going through my life, I ain't had no issues with it as far as I know. And for me to keep the bacterias down, before and after putting meat into my sink or anything like that, ain't nothing like some good old Clorox that you clean everything up with. So yeah. Julian, if you did that, it'll probably be a good idea for you to get on off of this good old internet and go and get that cleaned on up. I'm happy you're online. I'm happy you're here. Oof, torch. Holy oiled up my black woman at 3 a.m. East on a rant with no teeth. Mm, okay. And we needed to know that. Panda Express meat is taste nasty. Suspect as heck. Let me tell you what I like from Panda. The only thing that I really have tried from Panda Express is their they got some kind of like pineapple. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like some kind of like uh it's some kind of like pineapple like chicken. I don't know what it is. That's the only thing that I know about. Never mind. You answered where you were from, LOL. I'm in Tennessee. Good old man. Let me tell you something. One year I had a trip planned to Tennessee, and things did not go right because in my heart, all I just want to come and I want to see those pretty yellow trees that y'all have. So for a long time, my screensaver on my computer was those yellow trees and how y'all have that water that runs down the middle of the highway. I guess from the snow runoff and all of that stuff? Or am I just dreaming? Did I just get that from the computer? But yeah, if I can go out in the field and take a bite out of a cow, I will. Just raw like that, Christian? Oh, damn. That mean you like them walking off the plate, huh? you see, you seem like a good soul. I love good people. Yeah, Tim, for the most part, I am good, but I think we all have two sides to us because I also have videos here where you can come on here and see me cussing like a banshee. According to where I am that day, it's like for me, for a long time in my life, I have um did what everybody wanted me to. I'm a people pleaser. Not I am a people pleaser. I am a former people pleaser. Um and it all stems from my childhood. And there comes a time and a place when everybody get tired of those things, and the things that you used to go for before, you absolutely don't go for them now. So for the most part, I love to keep this smile on my face, but I also have an anger on the inside of me that can boil over if I'm not careful with it, to keep it, right. But for the most part, I do like to say I am good people. I am. Pasta is good and rice. Good night. You are absolutely right. Back to our talk about things that we can keep inside um our houses, when because if we don't say it to our kids that we shooting bad or things is different right here, we got to hang on to this. No, just go and make some different kinds of meals and stuff like that. I have a video on here where I've also made two ingredient biscuits. They are sinfully good. If man, I'm telling you, if you make them one time, I promise you. If you Nah, I was finna say, if you like KFC biscuits, and I'm saying that loosely because something done happened here lately that Popeyes and KFC has changed something in their recipe, and the biscuits is not the same. Y'all know how every now and then, by every about 10 years, they go to switching up stuff and it no longer tastes good anymore. Um, if you want that, get you some self-rising flour and some heavy whipping cream and use equal parts. If you use a cup of self-rising flour, use a cup of heavy whipping cream. Mash it up together really good. And I'm here to tell you, you probably wouldn't give your kids bread, or you wouldn't get bread for yourself anymore. You would just keep, doing that. But the video is here if you're interested in, what you going. Alrighty, man, you will get them. Wow. I usually make potato skin chips. It's actually not bad. That sound like something that my daughter be making all the time, but I don't particularly I like homemade french fries. Hardly ever buy any french fries from the store. If we gonna have french fries, we gonna take the time, cut them up, and fry them ourselves. My daughter like them more on like the thin side so they can turn into like potato chips. Is that kind of like what it's like? You could, you or somebody help me with just $6, please, for a little something to eat. Um, yeah, right. If somebody ain't caught that by now, then we don't do that over here. So yeah, but all the blessings to you. Um, I wonder if greens will take up by themselves like you've been doing. That's better. I wonder if greens will take up by themselves like you've been doing. That's better. Um, maybe I'm reading that wrong. But if you talking about like I said, you got some collard green seeds and you throw them down on the ground, they absolutely will take up and take care of themselves. And even if you in the cold where it gets really cold, that ain't no excuse because collard greens grow very well in cold weather. Also lettuce, that's another thing that you can be growing by yourself. You can grow you some lettuce. It grows very well in the cold, and it's especially if like you a salad person, you can grow lettuce in your window. You can grow it in your window as long as your window got enough sunlight coming through it. You can grow it in the window. You buy onions from the store. When you cut the onions up, you leave that little hairy part of the onion in itself, sit it in some water. It will rejuvenate, grow more roots on it, and voila, it will start to grow the onion back. It's so many different things that you can. All you got to do is if I'm on live any nights and you done went and got something from out of the fresh vegetable section and you want to know, Miss Shauna, can you grow this right here? I will be elated to tell you yes or no whether you can grow it and how you can do it. It doesn't have to be a lot of hard work. But I'm telling you, once you see yourself able to do any of these things, but these are things that we need to be doing like right about now when you got all of this stuff going on and you really don't. And me and myself inside of my heart, I don't believe that this government shutdown is going to last for a very long time. But why wait for something like that to happen to us before we do something about it? Like be proactive. I wish that I could be out there um doing a whole bunch of things, but I don't have the energy to be out there to do it. Um, you know, so don't wait till you get to a time where you ain't able to do something and then you wish you could get out. Now you in a situation and you wishing that you can get out there and do X, Y, and Z. Do it while you got the strength in you to be able to do it. Loving Life Pen, once again, I say to you, thank you and tenfold to you for that blessing. I'm going to buy some seeds this weekend. Oh my God. Now, I absolutely love that. Loving Life Pen says she's going to get her some seeds this weekend. Loving Life Pen, I can tell you with everything in me. You want to learn how to grow things, and I'm not saying you don't know how to. But my God, if there is anything that I can help you with, any question that I can help you with, honey, I'm willing to make a video to show you in the video how to get it done. You know, what I said over here, we are all about growing on the inside and on the outside. And anything extra that you can learn to help you in this life is called growth. So just to let you know, um if you need any help or got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll be More than happy to. Even if I'm laying down and don't feel good on that day, I'm telling you, it's like somebody talking about gardening with me is like, boo, it's like, yes. I'm so ready to talk about it. So, yes, I love to talk about growing. Thank God for you, sister. Love you always. Love you too. Good night. Amen. Being God's hands and feet is the best way to be. Absolutely. Okay, you received that. Hey, Tashana, how are you? I'm doing really good. Whole vibe. How about yourself? We in the garden. Limes. Yep, that's right. Good night said limes. Limes is another thing that you can take, and you can clean your meats also with the limes. We talked about the lemons. Sticky meat. Sticky meat is nasty. Let me tell you something. I have issues too with touching chicken without gloves on. And if I touch it and I don't have gloves on it, it's just like in my mind, it's just like, and I come from a place too of as a child being OCD. Also went from being OCD all the way to the other side, being fully depressed and having the messiest place ever. But OCD is where I started out at, and it's like, yeah, that's a. I don't talked about that on here too. It's just like, I wouldn't want people to come over to my house and stuff because I had white floors. When I first met my husband and stuff, I didn't allow him to sit on my sofas. I had white sofas with flowers on them. And he came over my house one night and it was like, he finna sit on the sofa. No, don't sit on my sofa. I had pictures on my sofas when that meant nobody get to sit on them or whatever because like I don't want no dishes in my sink, no none of that, until one time it's like so much stuff fell on me at one time. I wasn't able to like maintain it. And I'm glad that I got to a place of where I wasn't able to maintain it. Because um it was it was one of the craziest times of my life. I ain't gonna even go into that because I can go on and on and on about that. Sticky meat is nasty, absolutely. So we gonna get back into it. Jack put a bunch of eggs in here. Get out of the chat. Um, well, since Jack came in and he put all those eggs in there, Another thing another thing good for having chickens is they give you eggs on a daily basis. You can sometimes get up to 2 eggs from each chicken. Not all of my chickens will lay 2 eggs in a day, but I do have chickens that will lay 2 eggs in one day. But that's another benefit of having chickens, and you don't necessarily have to do away with your chickens, but they also good to have. So if something do happen, you still got another food supply. So pineapple shrimp. Uh, but it ain't shrimp though, because I don't eat shrimp. It's the chicken. I know what you're talking about. You trying to talk to the panda. But it's definitely like it's something fire. It's got like a spice to it too. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, Jack, you doing it up, huh? It is not the same. Okay. Um, I just learned how to make homemade French fries and blanch them first. Emmanuel, I never, unless I cut them like real thick, like I'm doing potato wedges or something like that, I never blanch them. I just like kind of like put grease, like deep frying or whatever, and I just drop them in there and they do just fine. Let them brown a little bit. Amazing. Yeah, I haven't blanched them before unless I'm doing like something that's like really, really thick. Like wedges in that way. Hey, Korean, how are you? You look like Uncle Fester. Donald Rankin. I don't know what to do with that comment right there that you said, but you know what? It at this point, it's not even offensive to me. Um, I might be Uncle Fester's long lost cousin, and he might want to send me a couple of his dollars that he has or whatever, know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. But yeah, and then I got the darkness under my eyes, like kind of like Uncle Fester does. I don't know what to do with that. It's just like I'm not offended by you're like maybe the third or fourth person that came in here and called me Uncle Fester. I'd say I look like Uncle Fester, but okay. And I'm still cute at the end of the day. How about cabbage? Um, that's actually what I had for dinner tonight. Some cabbage. But cabbage is one of those things that you can buy it from the store, and you can cut the cabbage and leave the core alone on the inside of the cabbage and all. Just cut the cabbage from around the core. You can sit it in water, and you can also regrow it once it starts to grow the leaves and stuff back out on it. You can go and stick it in the ground in your yard or either in a flower pot, and it sometimes can grow up to four more cabbage heads on the top of it. So that is something else that, yes, you can grow. And also cabbage is another a side dish that is not that expensive. When we talking about making meals and stuff like that, trying to go on the cheaper side. Also, too, don't forget about your beans. Beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you show gonna poop. But anyways, yes, any dried beans that you can get off the shelf, you can regrow them. Um, Black eyed peas, lima beans. I had a bag of soup beans, and they got bust open or whatever, and they just kept spilling everywhere. So it's just like I didn't have a container or anything to put them in, so it's just like, let me just throw them out here in the yard. Didn't do any digging, no nothing, just throw them everywhere, and they grew up and grew beans everywhere. So that's another thing. That's another easy crop. Like put it in an area where like you don't really walk around and all. Get you a bag of soup beans, and you can grow all of those different beans or whatever kind of beans you really like. You can throw them out. You don't go out got to go out and plant them or know any of that. You can absolutely throw them out, and they will do the work. I can be one of your moderators in here if you want, sis. It's all right. Let them have fun. They ain't gonna. It ain't gonna. They'll be all right. But I will definitely keep that in mind. Good night. Donna Rankin, go to oops. How you feel about your EBT being cut? Um, the best. You said how I feel about my EBT being cut. I've been in this live telling the whole time how I feel about my EBT being cut. Um, EBT is the least of my worries. Do you not hear me, dear, that I grow my own food? I have my own chickens. I have pigs. Yeah, I have fruit trees and everything. So, um, if we can't get no food from the store, I know where I can go out into the yard and go and get me some food. So I don't feel no type of way, which is hence why I'm in here encouraging other people to grow your own food, put your own grocery store in your own backyard. Not the best. You go and do your best to not worry about them cutting your EBT card. Yes, Donald Rankin go play in chat. Okay. They're like, these trolls are like a mess. Respect her. Do not come um talking about her. Go to the way. Click off. Okay, Earth Angel. Y'all try to misspell. I'm not a person. Not a person that's that big. Because if I need to say a cuss word, I'm gonna say a cuss word. But you know, if you want um your comment to be in the chat without YouTube hiding it, misspell your cuss words and get your feelings on that, boo. Have you considered an indoor garden with garden lights? Hi, Live Luscious. How are you? um, Actually, I did, and there's a video of several videos of me going through that situation. And it's not like my cup of tea because there's you got to have the lights, you got to have the fans and everything because you still have to simulate, life on the outside. I could do it, but like in the situation that I'm in right now, if I was only using this building to only do that, then it would be great. Cause at one point I was using this. This is where I used to use to do my um to incubate chickens and to start my plants before the season starts. So yeah, right now, but yes, I have considered it and I have done it before. Now, actually, I was just talking to my niece before I came on here and was telling her that I need to, because I'm in the process of like getting my soil a little bit at a time and everything. And soil is kind of expensive, and the past couple of the past 2 years I've been able to get soil for free because they had a place for us to be able to get it, but this year it ain't turning up so lucky. And so soil can run you, for the amount of garden space that I have all raised garden beds, probably it cost me about a good $400 or $500. So um yeah, so I'm small steps, small steps. So what I'm thinking about doing is the next things that I'm about ready to plant is probably starting them on the inside with a little bit of, with a little soil and then transplant them out, which is something I usually don't like to do, is transplant. I used to love to do that, but I'm in a different time and space in my life right now. I'm sorry, but that's funny about chicken. It is kind of scary. I'm OCD. It drives me nuts. Yeah, I done been there and done that. I understand people who go through it and everything. Skis red is my favorite color. And now it's like it's like different colors. It's like purple is one that like pop out to me, but I love the color red. I don't wear it that much or whatever, but I love the color red. It used to be like my favoriteest thing. But hi. The Lord will always provide. Absolutely. Amen. And that's one of the things is like when I start to talk about the soil, I start to skip all over my words because then I started feeling that anxious like thing because I'm like so ready to get it done. But there's different things that's coming up um in my life that's not allowing it to happen. So I try to keep staying in my mind small steps, small steps, because sometimes gardening does that to you. It's like at one minute you're not that excited about it, and then it's like you see something growing, or it's just like in your life you see something that wasn't happening before that you wanted, and all of a sudden it's happening for you, and you get like this excitement, and then like you go nuts because it's finally happening and everything. Gardening is the same way, as like you can truly go crazy out there and have 550 things planted and I ain't got nothing but this little bitty piece of space or whatever. So, and then, then the balance comes and all of that stuff right there. But every year it's like, um, there's an anxiousness that comes that you just want to get your stuff out there growing and see it, getting everywhere. And this time but that's one of the things that the garden teaches you is patience. Hey, Live Luscious. Thank you for joining us tonight. You have a great night too. Um, what's wrong? All right, dude. Um, Inch, yes, that is correct. I do have, um, I don't, let me say, I am going through a cancer journey. That's what I'll say. I'm trying to, now it's like so many people have said it to me. So it's like I'm trying to be mindful of not what, because I'm just learning, when they say don't claim it. So, um, yes, I'm going through a journey. with cancer. Thank you. I started a small garden because of your encouragement. Tisharel, how are you? I am glad to hear that. What you got going in the garden, girl? I feel sorry. No, Ange, don't feel sorry for me. No, don't feel sorry. You don't have to like it, but don't feel sorry for me. If you're a praying person, help pray me through the situation. Send me some good vibes. Um, a little bit of encouragement. Don't feel sorry for me. For me, there is something in this process, and it didn't just come because here, Tashana, take this, Pam, and take it. It has a purpose, even though it's like one of the most evilest things ever to watch somebody go through. It has a purpose in my life. And once that purpose has been served, cancer has to go away. And so I'm looking to serve my purpose and whatever reason it's here for at this time in my life. I just ask God to give me the strength to climb this mountain. That's all. The strength to get up. And God knows my legs be shaky. They be shaky. But on some days, if I can just get a little bit more strength, I got it. I got it. He said, give me no more than what I can handle. And it's been hard. Some of the things you've been handling, like you've been in the gym and you exercising, and it's like that last 15, 20 minutes be hell. I done had days like that where you feel like you're gonna hit the floor and you ain't gonna be able to get up. But I'm still here talking to you. I'm still here. Thank you, Sal. Thank you very much. Hey, Miss Parker. How you doing, Miss Parker? Oh, been free. You can't be free. Talking about Diddy all up and down my chat. You want him to put some of that baby oil on you, don't you? You want him to put some baby oil on you. Well, I think he got a couple of more months left. You might get your wish. But over here in my chat, saying how much you love Diddy, I don't think you're going to get what it is that you're looking for, buddy. I don't think you are. And hopefully they give him back all of his baby oil that they took from him so he can make your body glistening all over. But it can't happen over here. Child, please. Hello, Tashana. One edible plant I have right now is my blueberry plant. Ooh, narkish. Blueberries, yes. Then the blueberries have a lot of what do you call it? A lot of benefits to it. So that's a good one right there. Good one. And do you ever look on your ground, Narkish, and you see where like some of your blueberries will fall off and then they'll start to grow other little plants on the ground? You know, when you see that right there, you can dig them up and put them in a pot and you might can sell them to some other people. Like that. But yes, blueberries have a lot of benefits. Good job. Good job. I love purple too. Yes, I love purple. And another how I discovered I love purple more than I really thought I did was a couple of weeks ago. The Dolly Bear sent me some purple and silver earrings. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you. Tenfold to you for that. Um, Sent me some purple and silver earrings the other day, and oh my god, I put a purple and a silver, purple and gray head scarf together. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It was so pretty together. And so I was like, I got to get me some more purple so I can wear those earrings and that together. So we gonna see. I might go and see if I can find me like a purple jogging suit or something like that right there that I could wear when I be going to like chemo and stuff like that. We gonna see. But yeah, that purple is like hidden. Hey, Tasha Speaks. Healing is in the room. Hallelujah. Thank you very much. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks again, Maddie. You remind me of Secure from Clash Royale. I don't know who that is. I hope that's a good thing. I hope that's a good thing. Well, this plant in particular is still small. But yes, on the farm, they do that. But I didn't think to try to grow a small plant from them. Thanks for the tips. Absolutely, Narkish. You know, sometimes when you pick from your blueberry tree, you're not going to be able to get every single one of them off. Some are going to fall to the ground. Some birds probably going to try to steal some or whatever. I'm just saying, when you start to get those that fall to the ground, let them stay down there, and you'll see in other seasons they will come up and they will make different plants. Then you take them and you put them in little tiny small flower pots and keep growing them, and maybe somebody may come along and be like, "Ooh, I wish I had me one of them." Well, I got one right here for sale. you know yeah, yeah, there you go. But you welcome. But you all, I have we have been on here for an hour now, and I thank you all for joining Life with Tashana, where life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. But over here, we are also known as the high class gardeners, and that just means we make sure we're growing at all times on the inside and on the outside. And the high class part just means we don't play around with no bugs, no snakes, no worms, and definitely no frogs. And you know, sometimes people show up in those forms, and we don't mess with those kind of people either. Because, you know, those kind of people kind of make you get out of character sometimes, other than what you want to be in. And so, we don't mess with it. But if you're interested in becoming a high class gardener, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bells to all, so you can see every time that we upload a short or we become live, and you all join into the conversation. Another thing is we don't have one way that, and we don't only talk about one thing. When we come on here, we talk about several things. It's like when you're on the phone with your friend and you talking, y'all talk about several things. It may start out that your friend or you was having a bad day and you just need somebody to talk to or something or whatever. We talk about whatever it is that we need to talk about. We grown folks over here. And if it's something that somebody else can grow from, that's what we about over here. So that's what we gonna talk about. Do you wear a headscarf because your head is cold? Hey, Tiffany. No, I don't wear a headscarf. Actually, since I've been bald head, I have not been wearing my headscarves. Usually if you see me with a headscarf on now, I'm wearing it because I'm going to chemo and it's very cold in there. Yes. But I wore headscarves when I had a head full of hair. My hair just fell out um in August. And so for me to it, and it wasn't something that I absolutely loved. I've never lived with a bald head before, but to make sure that I was in a headspace that um nobody could um temporary shadow, what you gonna hit up against a tree? You wouldn't even have the opportunity to. You too confident in yourself. Hit what? The side of the tree? Child, please. And I'm a whole married woman over here. So I hope you meant something else. Come on, going on with that. Um, but no, I wanted to make sure that while I was going through this stage, because I also thought about it, what if I bent over one day and my head scarf fell off and then my bald head was exposed? I wanted to make sure that I could bend down and pick up my head scarf and unwrap it in front of everybody and stand right in front of them and rewrap it back on my head, and then I don't miss a beat. That's um that's why I wear a headscarf. But because you are one of the few people who can wear nothing on your head and be equally as beautiful. Thank you, Tiffany Ray. But yeah, no, I that's not the reason why I wear headscarves, but coming soon you're gonna see me start to wear something, because honey, this head is cold. It is cold. So I'm going to start putting back on my head wraps and stuff like that, because yeah, this cold hit kind of different, and that's one of the things that your head, your hands, and your feet to keep you warm on the inside. And so, and in Florida, it is in the 50s tonight, and us Floridian folks, swear to God, that's like snowing here. So it's kind of cold here right now. So yes, I will be back into the wraps. You mean what? Hey, Seneca. Hey, my sunshine. How are you doing tonight? You are looking amazing. Thank you, Seneca. I'm feeling very good. I ain't there. Um, Temporary shadow. We know you ain't never had none in your life, because you in the comments, and you're one of not the grown folks that's in this room. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of you until you get to, you know, a age where you actually done had you something. You don't have to tell all of us grown folks in here that you done had any of that right there. That's like 12-year-old stuff right there. Anyway, temporary share. She's a married woman. Show some respect and watch your mouth. You know what? When it be coming from like people who be like 10 and 12 years old, that's sneaking being up past their bedtime at nighttime, then that's the kind of stuff you expect from them. So some of them you just have to go ahead and get rid of them, because we know ain't no grown man that done live life or know nothing coming over here to say that, and especially that ain't the conversation we having. Ain't that I'm against talking about any of that stuff, because I'll talk about anything. But we talking about growing flowers and stuff out here, and you was talking about some hidden something. Hidden what? Hey, I'm 14 and very respectful. Well, over here, I have my page set to not for kids. So, cute clash, even though you are respectful, um, I don't want kids over here. I don't want to be responsible for telling anybody's kids anything. I like to leave that for kids' parents to do that for them. So I thank you, but no 14-year-olds over here. Thank you. Um, why are you bald? I'm bald because I'm going through chemo at this time. Anything else? If there are no more questions, we're going to get ready to get up out of here. And the most important thing, no matter what you do and what you're going through, remember, keep growing. Ew. I see what you said. It's not beautiful. But if you scroll up, if you know how to do that, there's about 15 to your one that said that I am And it is beautiful to your one. So which one you think I'm gonna take? I ain't gonna even give you a chance to answer. Let me get you up out of here so you don't have to look at what's not beautiful to you. Nicole, that got to be the breath that you smelled when you stood in the mirror and looked, because I don't know who would come up with that to say something like that. You're my favorite trans. Mm-mm. Yeah, you know the trolls are really out. These immature people. I think it looks great. Thank you, okay, Oka Meow. Hey, kicking it with D. How are you? It's been a minute. Sorry, I'll be trying to like these trolls be want they the trolls come through and like they literally be trying to tear people down. And it's a sad thing that that's what your job is, to get up and come on YouTube or wherever it is that you go to. And the only thing you have to do is say the worst things that you can to somebody. But I get it. They say hurt people. And in some ways, I kind of don't believe that, because I've been hurt a lot, a lot in my life. There was a part in my life that all I knew was hurt. So when it come down to going back and forth with it, I promise you on everything with any of these trolls, I can go toe to toe with you every day, all day. And I can literally hurt you for real. I can hurt you for real. And even the smile on my face, just the thought of the things that I could say to you to just hurt you with the words that I would say. But I ain't got time. I don't have time. Right, Emmanuel. For you to say something like that, you got to have smelt your own breath, smelling that way. To say something like that, like, right. Now one of them ain't showing no face. But that's why I told you I use them like a pen cushion on a night that I'm having a bad night. When they come through here, I'll give you every and anything that you want. And I promise it won't be nothing nice that I'll have to say when I give it to you. And then guess what? After I'm over my anger, I'll go back to this same old thing, smiling and talking to the people that do love me. Now, you all have an amazing night. And I appreciate you all for coming through. Um, and I'll see y'all on the next live or the next um short that I put up. Y'all have an amazing night. And don't forget to keep growing.